The future of peace and harmony. 12 years later. 12 years had passed. After all that long time, Daniel Black, who had gotten married and was dedicated to designing sniper strategies for the Lunesk station against crime, and was a low percentage in the town, returned one December morning to the Asgard Ranch. This place had, since graduation, not been visited by anyone. That day everyone had left the ranch to begin writing the chapters of their future professionals after graduating from school. It's strange to see this place empty. We need the meetings, the laughter, the unity, the friendship. I would like to reunite our old comrades, Black said to himself, and began to write a letter to Gavin, who he maintained contact with all the former comrades of the house, and after college he became a researcher, but currently he did not know where he was alone. He had not married or anything like that. He dedicated himself to his profession on his own, where he offered his services to everyone. Then, Gavin received 2 letters one morning where he was. The first was from his friend Marie, where she mentioned that she was very proud of what he had recently achieved as a researcher, and sent him 2 copies of 2 photographs. In one showed the 2 of them as children, on the flower hill, and the other when Marie visited him after graduation. Black's letter read as follows. I need your help. It would be excellent to gather all our former comrades for a day, talk about what they currently do, and remember old times. You have more fascination and friendship with everyone. I would ask you if you could send the letters for a meeting on the anniversary of the final battle on December 12th. Following this, Gavin began writing letters to all the former members of the ranch in the house, about a meeting on December 12th. After sending them, a few days passed, and one by one they began to respond to these letters, some confirming their attendance, and others giving details of why they would be absent, others not responding to the call. Gavin responded to Black with excerpts and summaries of the responses of all who they had answered. I will attend. It will be fun to talk again about Fudblaze. Yasser and Gloria will also attend. They work with me here in the Money and Wealth Vault at City Hall, answered Aaron, who was married to Elena, the girl from the potions store. For her part, Marycross confirmed that she would not attend, since she had a lot of work in the summer. She had taken the position of literature teacher at Rhoda School and was head of the house and tutor with Joel. But she commented to Gavin, since I have been here, the rivalry between the Eagles and the clubs has improved. It is as if the prophecy had created a peace pact. Their students full of hatred, bullying and so on had ended. There are children of students of the Scarlet Eagles of our time, being friends of our friends' children. Joel worked there as a Fudblaze instructor, in addition to Mariah and Emily as music teachers after the retirement of the arts teachers. The latter 3 also confirmed their attendance at the meeting. Katie wouldn't attend either. She had moved to Great Bay, but she was very happy to receive a letter from Gavin after a long time. Since they had not seen each other for a long time after Gavin had said goodbye to her when he went to live in the village in Great Bay, she married a boy. And they had a son, Alex, who worked in the urbanization area at the Great Campus along with Nick, Arthur and Danny, confirmed that they would attend. In addition to that, they commented that since the end of the Witch, the Great Campus had destroyed the entire arms race, to allocate that money to technological inventions for the good of the people. There also works in metallurgy and alchemy, Alvord, Adrian, Jones, Leonard and Franklin, who had also confirmed attendance. Alessio confirmed his attendance. He had married a girl named Nadine and was dedicated to carrying out research on geology and interviewing certain groups of people who had founded a village in the vicinity of the fire volcano. Angelica confirmed her attendance in her letter. She worked on the great campus in an industrial production area. Angie, who had married a boy who coincidentally was called Daniel like her friend, had a little dog named Ramon, and worked as a project leader at the great campus, received another letter in addition to Gavin. The OVLAT boys in the Massey County had sent him a letter to tell him that after the death of the witch, his town and the OVLAT school had been restored, and the rest of the people had come back to life. Tony, for his part, would also attend the meeting. He had gotten married and had a daughter. He took over the Maki dojo from his former teacher. There he taught security and self-defense techniques to people who were not practitioners of weapons disciplines and magic like them. In addition to that, in the Plateu district, he had some greenhouses in a joint project with Roger. At the Antosca clinic things had changed a lot these years. It went from being a scary, gloomy place to being a hospital where people felt more confident about going for medical assistance. There, Priscilla was one of the directors. Thanks to her excellent alchemy skills with potions and antidotes, and she commented that she was reunited with Darlene Sherry, the girl from the orphanage, who was already an adult, had 3 children and was married. One of her children was a patient in the department of Priscilla's pediatrics. She also mentioned in the letter that she had finally understood the reason for her assignment to the House of Clovers. She, along with Aura, Roger, Tony and Gavin, in the words of Professor Leonard at that time, said that only a true Jade Clover would develop unimaginable and powerful abilities with the care, development and creation of plants for use in potions, elixirs, ethers and antidotes. The 4 of them represented the characteristics and values of her house very well, as did the rest of her friends and colleagues who all knew what specific value they had. Priscilla also received a lot of support in her work at the clinic. Aura, Fergie, Kim, Indira, Katie, Polly, Oscar, Lester, who work in different areas of drugs, care and laboratories alongside her. Aura, for example, had developed phytotherapy skills during his time at the school with alchemy, and with this, he helped his patients in his laboratory. Fergie treated heart patients, and the others were fundamental pieces in the clinic. Polly was a dentist at the hospital. Katie, Lester, Oscar and Indira were assisting doctors with potions, and Kim was head of the pharmacy with herbal medicines using mortar and pestle techniques. Priscilla commented that she would attend the meeting. Beatrice would not attend the meeting, but she told Gavin that she had put composition aside to help with the hearing abilities of the children at the Antosca clinic, who wanted to become musicians. The triplets Carolyn confirmed that they would not attend, since Estella used to travel to different places for ecosystem analysis with Livia. Carrie dedicated herself to urban design in the great campus with Alex. The triplets Danielle, Daria was an important tourist guide at the Great Bay. Kay had opened a library in the center of town thanks to a financial prize she received for publishing a book, and Bonnie had opened a hotel in the Mackenzie Alley. Eric had married Phoebe, and they both confirmed that they could not attend. Esther confirmed that she could not attend the meeting. She had a daughter, and she would have liked to meet again with her friend Yasser. Esther also worked at the Antosca clinic with Phoebe in the area of nutrition with potions for children. Gabby also worked there, who could not attend either, but she told Gavin that Tamara would enter Rhoda school next year and she hoped it would be assigned in the House of Jade Clovers. Dean confirmed that she would not be attending. Dean was the new owner of the clothing and costumes store in the Central Market. Gustav, who was a great friend of Gavin, told him that he could not attend. since he had a lot of work at the great campus with some machines, since he was in charge of the mechanical department. Another who would not attend was John Paul, who was the owner of the Fudblesse merchandise store after inheriting it from his father. Leanne had been a great friend of Gavin for 16 years. Even though her family lineages were distant cousins, she confirmed that she would be at the meeting. She had become a counselor at Lunesk Station. Naomi confirmed to Gavin that she would attend along with Liza and Leisha, with whom she worked at the great campus. Naomi had married a boy from the Sapphire Falcons called Alan. She was in charge of the technological data department at the great campus together to Liza, and where Leisha, who at the school had a great ability for statistics, was in charge of the accounting department on the great campus. The new director of the Rhoda School had asked her to be the statistics teacher after retirement of Professor Eddie White. However, she has rejected the position several times but has not ruled it out in the future. Lewis had responded to the letter. He mentioned that he would not attend since he returned to his hometown to serve as chief of crimes in the town hall of his town Azteczahotakal. For his part, Chaka had founded a clan or new brigade to care for the forests, where it took advantage of the water resource of the Pizcet River to take care of the forest areas that had been threatened by fires. Black mentioned in the letter that Sebastian stayed with Jade Force 1, since he had moved to another town for a job and had to travel a lot, plus he had gotten married. Two people who would not attend either would be Paula, who was an important doctor in alchemy at the Antosca Clinic, and her night work made it difficult for her. In the same way Bastian, who worked at the great campus in the electronics area, where he had created machines for cutting and manufacturing wooden objects. Samantha and Sophia had mentioned that they would attend the meeting. They had given a new look to the Temple of the Painted World of Dreams of Euphrates, where now people used to visit the place to appreciate the beautiful art of portraits. Teffa Gibson would not attend the meeting, as she was now the owner of Hallmark's Sweets and Candy Shop. Lastly, Roger, one of Gavin's best friends, would attend. Roger had become a Grandmaster of Herbology, and had been recognized with prizes and awards in the town for his feats of potions only made with plants. In addition to that, he mentioned in the letter that it would be good to remember the two funniest anecdotes from his time as a student. The first of the 5th year, when Professor Lady punished them with points reduction for speaking out loud about the bust size of a Pearl Lyons 9th-year student. And the second of the 6th year, when the school held a spirit meeting with terrible motivation with the students of the house about the fact that the parents would be dead in a coffin when they arrived home that afternoon after leaving school. Finally, the days passed, and the day of the meeting arrived. Little by little, the different boys who had confirmed their attendance began to arrive, around 7 at night, on the terrace of Asgard Ranch. They took some chairs and they sat down to talk about all these years. Some talked about jokes from their school days, stories, the Fudblaze Championship, while they enjoyed drinks, pizza and a barbecue under the moonlight. Their sitting were Yasser, Gloria, Aaron, Leanne, Emily, Mariah, Alex, Nick, Arthur, Danny, Alvord, Tony, Jones, Leonard, Alessio, Angelica, Joel, Angie, Priscilla, Naomi, Liza, Leisha, Sam, Sophia and Roger, while all of them were talking around the campfire. Gavin asked what words they would use to form a sentence that represented what they had experienced in their time at school against the prophecy. Some remained silent, so Gavin, Roger, began to speak. Priscilla, Alvord, Black, Mariah, Angelica, Emily, Chaka, Alessio, Angie, Tony, Naomi. In addition to making some mentions that their friends absent at the meeting had made at some point before them, such as Louis, Katie, Chaka, Adrian, Bastion and Marycross, where among what was said, the following sentence was formed, that this has been a beautiful adventure where we made friends for life, where we chose our family of another blood on this ranch, where we met an entire town, where we grew up in the suburbs, we received education at a school where we learned new skills, stories, duels, magic and the power of alchemy for life, we received help from a princess. We went in search of the orbs, we met a powerful magician with her book of dark magic spells, we gave a doll to charity and rescued a girl. We learned how to use the whip and how to shoot with a shotgun, we formed a team and played Fudblaze, we fell, but we had a revenge and we won, we built a fortress to keep us united. We learned about musical instruments as weapons in duels and the light magic of the priestesses, we went inside a tree on a small adventure, we accessed the cold of the mountains. We infiltrated twice in the enemy's lair, they punished us, but it helped us visit a magical land, and then we were unjustly tried under the first sin. But that helped us grow for what would be the final battle in the future. We rescued a group of friends in one afternoon, we visited a cemetery, despite the new rules at the school. We did not let ourselves be defeated and we continued forward. The wise men gave us a hand and we traveled to a theme park, to the coast, to a volcano, we dressed up for Halloween. We went to a hospital, the enemy's betrayal of revenge invaded us but we knew how to redeem ourselves to become stronger, the power of the group's friendship enriched our strength and abilities. We did our part and created a song, we met some kids from another school that lent us a hand to exploit our abilities to the fullest, we traveled to the past, visited the interiors of the great cathedral to release the two celestial powers, we successfully completed a dangerous mission in the air at night, we survived the ruin and devastation. And we finally managed to clear our names where justice and peace prevailed after our victory to live in harmony for the years to come. The end.
I would be lost, drifting alone, floating up high, time after time, and there you'd be, shining brightly, your smiling face to guide my way. Bloody and